Thanks to the support as a channel member, Ryan Harding. 1/3 of the way through the season, and we're not bottom of the league. We're not even in the relegation zone, we're doing this. Ricky-Jade Jones. Oh, Ricky-Jade Jones. Hello and welcome to Club 2, part 27 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we have two games for you in the Premier League. We're at home against Chelsea and Arsenal. But since you were last with me, all my doubts about Ricky-Jade Jones have been removed. One-man team. You're a one-man team. Look at the state of this. He won Premier League Player of the Month. He scored all but one of our goals throughout November. Jack Taylor with an 89th minute penalty in the last game, the only other man to score a goal for us during this time. But most importantly, he was instrumental in two victories. We beat Sheffield United, we beat Crystal Palace, and this is what the Premier League table looks like. We are 17th place after 14 games, still not quite hitting the Kev ratio that we were talking about yesterday. 13 points from 14 games, but one more win soon. Obviously, if it's in 5 games' time, it won't make a difference. But if we were to win one of these games today, we'll find ourselves above the Kev ratio and probably comfortably lurking around in lower mid-table. But it's all thanks to Ricky-Jade Jones. You can see he is third in the top goal scorers chart in the Premier League. His exploits have pushed his value up to £26 million now. He's not in an England squad by the end of this season. I'll be flabbergasted. He's now considered a 4-star, decent Premier League player with the potential to become a good Premier League player. 8 goals from 14 games. But like I say, the most exciting thing is Premier League Player of the Month for November. He's done all right, hasn't he? And I was doubting him. Ridiculous. The other thing that has changed, and I think we changed this in the last episode. If not, we did it immediately after. We have gone back to the 4-2-3-1. The 4-3-3 just wasn't working. It is the original Kettering tactic from way back at the start. We've got Kasani basically lurking in behind Jones, and it's a difference maker having Kasani in there between him and the wide players. Who it's sometimes these two, it's sometimes Mighton, it's sometimes what's his face, Roberts. Roberts can come in for Kasani as well, but various combinations of these three. And it's all about supplying Ricky-Jade Jones. The man, of course, who suffers most from all of this is poor old Simon Patton, who's gone from hero. I don't want to be too cliche. You're Kev, you can be cliche. He's gone from hero to zero, boys and girls. I mean, he's still only 21. I think he'll probably still make it as a wide player. I definitely am now of the opinion Simon Patton is probably not going to be a Premier League striker, which is a real shame. He's got the potential to be a Premier League right winger in the future, currently operating at Championship level. Couldn't have said it better myself. We'll keep persisting with him. He's still young and he is a hero, but maybe not at this level. What's up with Williams? 75 minutes. We can cope with that. So our team for the first of today's games against Chelsea, we've got Jaskalainen in goal, a back four of Williams, Devine, Sykes and Lopez, Berat and Wassel in midfield, Odor, Kasani and De Frutos supporting the man, Ricky-Jade Jones, up front. If he gets an injury, which he will now, because I've mentioned it, if he gets injured, we're relegated. I mean, he is our only goal scorer. I've never seen a team rely on one man quite so much as we've been relying on Ricky-Jade Jones for the last 4 or 5 games. But he is in the purple patch of his life, and long may it continue. These 2 games are going to be another, I was going to say his first test, but he had those couple of games earlier in the season that we showed in the last episode where he did nothing. But this is his first big test since then against top tier opposition. Let's see if he can cut it at this level. That'll be the real thing that decides if he's got a big move in his future, if he's got an England appearance in his future, or if he's just going to be a lower Premier League striker for life, which, I mean, it's not bad, is it? It's decent work. He's earning more in a week than most people earn in a year. He's all right if he doesn't ever end up any better than this. We're 1-0 down, though. Chelsea take the lead early on. I mean, I'm fully excited. They've got Bellingham and Sancho in their team. They've done the Dortmund raid. Odor with a huge throw looking for Jones, but can't find him. And Chelsea are coming at us again. I am expecting to lose both of these games today, Chelsea and Arsenal. We talked about it in the last episode. Would you rather see us be competitive or play against teams where you can see some interesting opposition? I still don't know what the outcome of that conversation was because it happened before I recorded this video. But for me, I think it's quite interesting seeing how these big teams have developed over the last 4 or 5 years, what players they've brought in. And obviously, if we can somehow find a goal against the likes of Chelsea or Arsenal, that'll be fun. And big ball forward looking for Jones. And that's basically the game plan. Get the ball forward, try and find Jones, and then see what he can do with it once he gets it. His finishing has been clinical over these last few games. And it all comes down to his pace and power. He gets the ball in positions like that, gets past that last defender, and then gets clear and finishes. Which, I mean, if this was FM20, he'd have scored about twice rather than 8 times, because obviously the one-on-ones he'd have kept missing. But we're doing a decent job of keeping Chelsea at bay here. I know we are only 15 minutes in, and they have had a lot of chances already. But the goal aside, they're not peppering us with opportunities. We've actually got the better XG at the moment, which the highlights don't suggest. I don't remember us having an attack on a highlight, but apparently we have, according to the XG. It's a throw now for Chelsea, and we've been a little bit clunky there, winning the ball back in midfield. But this is what Jones has been doing. He picks the ball up, he turns, he runs. He couldn't quite get the shot past the defender this time, and Odor's there to hit it into the side netting. But that was a perfect example of what Jones has been doing over and over again in these most recent games. We just get the ball up to him. The rest of the team almost sit behind the ball. The attacking midfield 3 are all playing deeper than you would expect. I've not told them to. They're kind of being pushed back by the opposition. And at times we have 10 players in our half, and we just get the ball up to Jones and let him do his thing. Odor with another huge throw. Where has this come from? I don't remember him doing that before, but he's done it twice in this match. Williams plays it across to Wassell, who finds De Frutos Cassani. There's Jones. He turns. He shoots. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. Oh, every time he gets the ball, the excitement, every time that man touches the ball. What a player to have in a team. Goodness me. He's the kind of player heroes are made of. We have been unlucky so far, because if that shot ducks under the crossbar there, it's 1-1, but was not to be. And I mean, I've not seen him score from outside of the area yet, so it would have been a bit special if it had have gone in. But he's had the odd opportunity here and there, and De Frutos has got himself sent off, which probably ends any hope we had of getting back into this game. So I'm probably going to have to take off Cassani now, just to balance this attack a little bit. And Cassani has been important, but he can't really go out wide. So we'll take him off. We'll bring on Patrick Roberts to play out there, where he can play as an inverted winger, which hopefully will lead to him cutting inside and occupying some of this space. But I think any chance we had of getting back into the game died with that red card there, which is a little bit of a shame, because we've been competitive. Our XG is not a million miles away. We have been competitive. We're going to encourage the boys and hope that we can get a breakthrough. Ultimately, we just need that one opportunity. We need that one ball over the top for Jones to chase, and who knows what might happen. Right, Williams needs to come off because he's not fully fit. So we're going to bring on Gibson to play at left back. And Odor is shattered. So we're going to bring on... Myton's not fully fit either, is he? I think what I might do is bring on Patton, actually. Stick Roberts over to that side. Get Patton over there, playing as an advanced forward. Roberts can then be a winger over here. Inside forward, sorry, not advanced forward. Learn the positions, Kev. Learn the words. A 1-0 defeat like this, I mean, it shows again that we're playing well. We're not getting absolutely smashed by these bigger teams, which could be crucial at the end of the season when it comes to goal difference. The only team that's really thumped us this season was Burnley, and they just caught us on a really bad day. And I mean, we did score twice in that game. It was the only real end-to-end game we've had this season. And it just showed that their finishing was a little bit better than ours. So I think they scored, I can't remember if it was 4-2 or 5-2, but they really did look like they were scoring every time they got the ball. And we needed many more chances to get a goal. Jaskalainen making a good save there. And it's a Chelsea corner. Still probably about 20 minutes remaining in this game. And at 1-0, there's always the opportunity for that breakaway goal. Just lumping it up forward to Jones, or even the corner. We've got Sykes back in the team now, all 6'5" of him. So if we can grab ourselves a corner, you're always going to back your 6'5" centre back at a corner. But we're not getting much in the way of corners, as you can see. It doesn't look like we're getting back into it, although we have the ball here and ball over the top looking for Patton, but can't find him. Sykes, that's the one place you don't back your 6'5" centre-back who signed for you in League One when he's got Christian Pulisic running at him. Goodness me. I would have liked a little more urgency from our captain there, but he got away with it. And Jääskeläinen has... I know a lot of people have said we needed a goalkeeper this summer. I think we probably do still need a goalkeeper, but more often than not, Jääskeläinen has played out of his skin this year. I don't look at the team and think, oh, we're great, apart from that goalkeeper. Just there, right there. I thought that. It doesn't happen often, though. Oh, God, that was... I mean, read the room, Will. Read the room. It's not the time to make this kind of error. Let's have a look at it from the other angle. I mean, he should be saving that, shouldn't he? Still, 2-0 when we've done, 30 minutes of the game with 10 men, even longer, I think, 40 minutes maybe. I don't think we can be too disappointed with ourselves after that. And the time will come where something good happens in one of those games and we get a little bit of luck go our way. Maybe the opposition get a player sent off. Maybe we get a breakaway goal. It might be in this one against Arsenal coming up now. We're starting to accumulate a few injuries and suspensions. Currently injured, we have Escalante, Anderson, Zakowski, Doyle, all injured. Sullivan's not fit to play. Williams and De Frutos both suspended. We've not got many players in our squad, not in the matchday squad, and we're still able to put a team out, but it's not necessarily the team I would pick if everybody was available. Like, I wouldn't be playing Lopez at left back. I'm not sure I'd be playing Dehaney. Myton hasn't really impressed so far, but he's having to come into the team today. But, I mean, it still looks like a team, and that's the important thing. And it's probably even more important than that. And we've tied Ricky-Jade Jones down to a new 5-year contract, upped his salary. He's still not even the highest paid player at the club, but he's definitely our prize asset. If anyone prizes our prize asset away from us, it's going to cost him. We're looking 50, 60 million pounds if someone wants him, which is probably why no one wants him. So the changes to the game, I think we covered them all off there. Lopez is having to move to left back because of the Williams suspension. Dehaney comes in. Taylor's coming in to midfield with Berat dropping down to the bench and Myton coming in on that right-hand side. Myton's not fully fit. That's fine. We've got options on the bench who can come on for him. Fingers crossed, we're going to catch Arsenal on a bad day here. That's got to be the plan. Let's pump the fists. Go out there. Hold on. Do a team talk, Kev. Press the button. Go out there and show them you're lovely. Or it was words to that effect. Lovely probably wasn't in the team talk that Sports Interactive suggested. It's certainly in my version. Go and show them you're lovely. You can see there's been some investment in this Arsenal team as well, looking at those players. Calvin Stengs is a player that I've managed at some point in the last year or two, and I don't remember where. It might have been in a Twitch save. Odor with the corner. Sykes is there. That's the goal I was describing to you in the last game. You play a 6'5" centre-back, and there is always the chance that that can happen against anybody. In-swinging corner from Odor. Lovely header from Sykes. It's 1-0 to Peterborough against Arsenal. Absolute madness. Odor trying the long throw again, looking for Jones, and Jones actually got there. And we've won ourselves another corner here. Stick it on Sykes' head again, for goodness sake. Let's have a second one. Kasani now, looking for the in-swinger. It's Devine who's there this time. But Arsenal are going to break clear, and they've actually got 2-on-2 here. We've committed a lot of men forward, and this is a little bit of a problem. We are dangerous at corners, but it's also dangerous getting counter-attacked from corners. Luckily, we do get the ball clear, looking for Jones, and the highlight drifts away from us. As it stands right now, we are currently level with the Kev ratio for the first time all season. 16 points from 16 games. Obviously, we've got to hold on to this result to end up on 16 points at the end of it, but it's nice to know we're not completely out of touch with potential Premier League survival. Arsenal looking to break on us again there, and Sykes has been turned so easily again. We're seeing the good and the bad of Ross Sykes today. He's lovely, brilliant in the air, great at lumping the ball forward like that. But run at him, and goodness me, I would turn quicker than he does. We need to get Doyle fit again ASAP. But I think his is a reasonably long-term injury, which is a problem. I think it was a broken ankle that Doyle got, which it's going to keep him out beyond Christmas. And as our best centre-back, not ideal. I think him and Sykes might actually partner up quite well, because the things Sykes does poorly, Doyle does well, and vice versa. So that might end up even being the partnership once Doyle is fit again, because Sykes has shown us his value today. Right. Outstretch the arms. I am happy with the performance so far. Keep doing what you're doing. We've just got to hold on for 45 minutes, and this would be one of the great victories in the history of Peterborough United Football Club if we can hold on to this lead against Arsenal. But I wouldn't bet on it. Even if I was allowed to bet on matches involving my own team, I probably wouldn't be putting any money on this one, because Arsenal, quite a good team. It's Football Manager. Arsenal are always quite a good team. They've played poorly there, though. Taylor nods it forward, looking for Jones, but can't find him. And Arsenal, look at the way they just knock the ball around us. Oh, my word, it's terrifying. But Jaskalainen is there again. Safe hands, Jaskalainen. I don't know why we've played the ball back to him there, though, but it ends up with Sykes. Sykes just turns slowly, lumps it forward. It's his trademark. Sooner or later, he might hit RICKY-JADE Jones with it, though, who's been quiet again today. I mean, it's pretty clear. Put him against the top-tier Premier League defences, and it's quite easy to silence Jones. He's a bit of a one-trick pony, but here he goes with his one trick here. Run fast and then have a shot. That's all he can do, and if you can stop him doing that, he's not going to score against you, but there's always the chance he'll get the ball and break away, and Sykes is there again. Oh, and it goes just over. At 2-0 with 25 minutes to go, I'd be tempted to start counting the chickens, which, you shouldn't count the chickens, but sometimes you got to count them. We've given away a penalty. No, we haven't. We haven't given away a penalty. That looked ref, don't look at me. I'm fine. Don't give a penalty based on my reaction alone. We don't seem to have any midfield at the moment. Arsenal are just dragging us out of position all over the place. I think it is time for some changes. It might even be worth switching to the 4-3-3 for the final 20-25 minutes or so, just to stick a little bit of extra defensive support in there. It invites them to attack us, and it does worry me to do that, but I think that's exactly what I am going to do. Not the counter-attacking version. We're going to stay gegenpressing, and we're going to switch to this, and Kasani is the man who's going to come off, and we're going to stick Berat in there just to try and protect the defence a little bit. Watch us concede now, because that's always how it turns out for me. I can't do defensive systems. They just don't work. Mighton is going to come off for Roberts as well on that right-hand side, because Mighton's not fully fit. Patrick Roberts has been a big disappointment, by the way. We're paying him a lot of money, and we're not really getting anything out of him. I think he might go down as one of the great transfer flops of non-league to legend this year. Signed purely on the basis that he was a wonder kid 10 years ago. Let's have ourselves a bit of that, not worrying what he's been doing in the 10 years since. Arsenal coming at us again here. Somebody please do some defending. Please do some... I mean, the changes haven't even gone through, have they? Have the changes even happened yet? Because if not, I will cancel them. And we'll go back to a more attacking system. The changes have gone through. Well, the 4-3-3 worked wonders. Let's go back to the 4-2-3-1. Ridiculous. We'll keep Berat on. Odor's shattered. Wassell's also tired. So if we do that and then put him in there, which is where we've got our best performances out of Roberts, when he's playing as the attacking midfielder rather than out wide. This is where he's given us his best performances, which is odd because he's supposed to be better at that. But he has looked much better in behind a striker. So let's get Patton on the right and just see if we can maybe grab one more goal. We're going to drop some encouragement. It would be nice. I mean, a 1-1 draw, we would have absolutely taken that beforehand. At the start of the episode, if you've offered me 1 point from these two games, I'd have bitten your arm off. But to lead for so long and then feel a little bit like the equaliser was self-inflicted it's a bit of a blow. And I feel like we've got another blow coming here because Arsenal are attacking us again. Lopez does very well to get the tackle in. He's a very good player that I don't sing the praises of often enough because he's only a fullback and not really a particularly attacking one. He's just a good defender on either side. And it's a very handy thing to have. If we had one of them on each side, we'd be doing a lot better. Jones couldn't quite get the run in, but he is in here. Oh, he's tired. Oh, that's not the Ricky-Jade Jones we know and love. That's the slowest I've ever seen him move. Oh, if that's the 7th minute rather than the 93rd minute, I think we score there. Arsenal are in, and that is sickening. It is sickening, and it happens too often. Oh, we did so well. And once again, it's so close, it's so tight, and it just doesn't go our way. We don't get that little bit of luck. We need a little bit of luck from somewhere. I do believe we can stay up. But I can also see a future where we go down, and a lot of it depends on those little bits of luck in these bigger games. We just need something good to happen, and we need Jones to carry on tearing the smaller teams apart. Oh, we were so close. So very close. We're still not in the relegation zone, which is important. These three teams are rubbish. Sheffield United, Wolves and Villa are rubbish. I've just got to hope that that's enough. We benefit from there being three terrible teams in the Premier League. I mean, everyone else is looking at it. There's 4 terrible teams in the Premier League this year, and one of us is going to get to stay up. And fingers crossed it ends up being us. Right, we're heading into January now. We don't have any money for transfers, so I'm not particularly worried about showing you much in the way of transfer window. So I think what I'll do now is show you some games against teams we might be able to beat. Wolves is a huge game, so we might come back for the Wolves and Bournemouth games. But we have got quite a nice run ahead of us. Once we get past these next couple of games, City and Everton away is probably 2 more defeats. If we're not too demoralised off the back of them, though, Villa, Leeds, West Ham, Wolves, Bournemouth, Norwich, Fulham, that little run there, we have got to be above the Kev ratio by the end of January. Might even show you the last 2 games of January, Norwich and Fulham. It does avoid the Wolves game, but it shows us if we got that job done or not. That'll all be tomorrow anyway. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.